Guys, there are over 5,000 publicly traded companies in America and thousands of ETFs and index funds out there. So knowing exactly what to buy and why to buy it can feel overwhelming. Matter of fact, for a lot of people, guys, it almost feels impossible. But what if I told you that it doesn't have to be hard anymore? With AI, you can now analyze companies, ETFs, index funds, and earnings reports, and risk assessments, and financial data in just a few minutes. So on this video, I'm gonna show you exactly how I've been using AI to help me research stocks, ETFs, and index funds, because I'm literally changing the way I invest because of AI. And after you watch this video, you can use this exact process to make decisions. Now, guys, let me show you everything that I've been doing. And by the way, everything I'm sharing in this video, I'm giving away for free. The checklist, the AI prompts, I'm going to show you all of it. It's the first link in the description box below. All right. So the first thing I want to show you is this right here. Before you even start using AI for investing, you need some type of investing philosophy, some type of framework, some type of strategy and checklist. And I'm going to show you all these things because this is what you're going to put into AI, ChatGPT, or even Gemini, or even Claude, okay? Here on the screen is my personal investing philosophy. It's my strategy, it's my core beliefs, and how I invest in terms of individual stock picking. So you want to develop this first for you, because this is going to make the process of using AI that much more effective and accurate, because it's going to be custom to you and your philosophy. And I'm going to show you how to put all of this into a ChatGPT prompt to actually spit out and give you exactly what you need in just seconds. So you have to approach ChatGPT or Claude or Gemini or whatever platform you choose. You got to approach it with a few things first. And the first thing is your particular strategy, your goals, your investing philosophy, your risk level, right? Your core beliefs. This is critical. And why it's critical is because everybody is different. One of the biggest problems that I see with regular investors is taking my philosophy and investing for themselves, or taking somebody else's beliefs and risk tolerance and using it for themselves. You don't want to do that, okay? Because how I invest is probably not right for you, and vice versa. You need to write down or create a similar spreadsheet, or it could be on a Word document or something like this for you. AI is only as good as the information and framework and the prompt that we give it, right? So here you see on the screen my beliefs, the parts of my investing philosophy in terms of individual single stocks, right? I buy and hold quality mid to large cap companies, value investing, good balance sheet. All these are things that are part of my core beliefs right here. And then some super investors that I take a look at, my risk tolerance is being moderate. And of course, over here, we have some long-term goals. And then here's my strategy. A big piece of my strategy is the cloning strategy, the buy and hold, wait and have some patience. So what I've done here, guys, is what you need to think about. It doesn't have to be on a spreadsheet. It doesn't have to be polished. It doesn't have to even be perfect. This is just, what do you believe and what is your strategy? What is your risk tolerance? That's all this piece of paper is that's in front of you. So now here is my actual investing checklist for the individual stock picking that I want to do. After I figured out all of the first stuff, which is my philosophy, my beliefs, my strategy, my risk tolerance, then I formed my own checklist about the stocks that I want to buy. In other words, what am I looking for in a stock? What types of things do I want to evaluate in a stock? What am I personally going to be checking for? And here it is right here. I have pretty much 4 separate big areas that I look at. And listen, this is personal to me. And so I have 4 separate areas that I look at. The first one here in the upper left-hand side is the business. I like to look at the actual business that I'm investing in, okay? Do I understand the business? Do I know how they make money? Does the company have favorable long-term prospects for growth? Is the business easily replicable, right? Could somebody come through and sell and do the exact same thing as this company with no problem? Could the company adjust prices with inflation? So I look at all these things regarding the business. I also look at these leadership qualities as well. I want to see that the company has demonstrated high integrity, rational decision making, has the management engaged in mergers, These are things that I look at in terms of the leadership. How is the company? Remember, stocks are just companies. How is the company being ran? Very important to me if I'm going to be investing and putting my dollars towards this particular company. Now, over here on the right, I'll highlight it. You see financials. This is the money, right? This is the quantitative piece to this. Has the company had a track record of earnings growth? Are profit margins better than average for their particular sector or industry, right? What's the debt to equity ratio? What's the ROE, return on equity? What's the earnings growth or EBITDA, free cash flow, debt? I want to look at those particular money things, right? I want to look at some of the numbers for this particular company. And then there's a few miscellaneous things. Can the business be ruined by low-cost competition? Is this a win-win business for society in general? Those are things that I deem important. Listen, you need to come up with your own checklist of what you decide and what you think is appropriate for you and your investing style. I may look at things like revenue growth, earnings growth, debt, and free cash flow, and how the company's being managed, or what type of competitive advantages it has, or whether I actually understand how the business makes money. But you might want to be looking at something different. Before you use AI, AI is enhancement. It's not going to replace you. It's just going to enhance what you do and make you do it faster. Now, the other thing I want to show you real quick is my checklist for ETFs and index funds. What are the things that I'm looking for when I'm investing in ETFs and index funds? This is it right here. Low expense ratio, because that tells me how expensive it is for me to own the ETF or index fund. I look at growth and quality. I look at allocation, the mixture of the different type of holdings that are in the bucket. I look at the different companies and how they're weighted. Who are the top 10 weighted companies in the bucket? I look at the specific sectors. Is it going to be real estate? Is it going to be healthcare? Is it going to be financials, right? I look at that as well. I do look at past performance. How has this ETF or index fund performed in the last 1 year, 5 year, 10 year, or through its history, right? I also look at the risk rating. I also look at the number of holdings or number of stocks that are in this bucket called VTO or VOO or FSKAX, whatever it could be, right? And then I look at what the market price is. And I don't focus too heavily on the market price because a big part of my strategy is the buy and hold, long-term investing. So these are the things that I look at. And again, you're going to get a copy of all the things that I'm showing you for free in the description box below. Now, guys, the reason all of this matters is because AI, in order to help you with this individual investing, it needs a place to sort of start from. And it's going to start with, one, your core philosophy and your beliefs and your strategy and your goals and your risk tolerance. That's one. And then two, it's going to take, what things are you looking for? What is your checklist to actually put into the prompt of AI? Because you don't just want AI randomly telling you what to buy. You want AI to analyze this stock or this ETF through your philosophy, through your goals and your lens, right? You're setting up prompts so that ChatGPT or Claude or whatever knows you and what you want and what you don't want, right? Because now you're going to feed all of this information into your AI tool. But there's one more thing that we're missing, and that's what I want to show you next. So guys, the final thing you want to plug into AI is the 10Q or 10K from an individual company. Now, let me show you where to actually get any public traded company's quarterly earnings report or their yearly annual earnings report. Okay, this is huge information, and it serves as really valuable information that you need to feed into ChatGPT or Claude or Gemini, whatever AI tool you're going to use. I'm on NVIDIA's website right here. But if you go to any publicly traded company's website, they are required by the SEC to release certain financial reports and disclosures and have them on their website. And one of the most important ones is a 10Q or a 10K. Now, a 10Q is their quarterly earnings report from any publicly traded company. It's going to be on their website somewhere. Now, most of them have a section called, like NVIDIA does right here in front of you, a section for investors. So NVIDIA has a section for investors as well in their footer. So I click on that, and guess what opens up? The quarterly report that NVIDIA had to submit to the SEC and make public for its investors. Now, this 10Q, I'm just simply going to download it to my computer because I'm going to input this 10Q into the AI prompt. along with my checklist and along with my core philosophy and core beliefs and my risk tolerance. I'm going to put all of that information into AI. So let me download this to my computer. Okay, guys, now here's where AI changes the whole game. Let's go to an AI tool. I'm going to use ChatGPT. You have to figure out which AI tool you're comfortable with and you want to use. Now, I'm in ChatGPT, guys. Guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to go over and tell ChatGPT, analyze this stock for me based on the following criteria. I'm just giving it a prompt, okay? I'm going to go over to my core philosophy and my risk tolerance level and my long-term goals and my strategy, and I'm just going to copy it, and I'm going to come over here to ChatGPT, and I'm going to paste it. Real simple, guys. Nothing overly complicated. And then I'm going to go over to my checklist that I had for individual stocks, because I'm actually looking at an individual stock right here, not an ETF, not an index fund, but an individual stock. So I'm looking at Nvidia, and I want to analyze their first quarter 2026 earnings report to see if it's a stock that I should continue to invest in. So I go to ChatGPT again, and I plug in my actual checklist from my spreadsheet, just copy and paste. And then I also want to plug in the prompt to analyze any company's 10K or 10Q. And I'm going to go ahead and plug that in here as well. And again, I'm going to provide that prompt to you for free in the description box below. So I just plugged in that prompt as well. So now, and by the way, the prompt basically says, please analyze this 10Q and provide me with the following, all the information I want, kind of summarized from what I showed you. And then I'm going to actually go over here and upload the file of NVIDIA's 10Q, NVIDIA's quarterly earnings right here. I just pulled it from there that I just downloaded. Now I put all of this long prompt into ChatGPT, and I simply hit the button that says go. Now, it's going to spit out the information that I need to determine whether or not I should invest in this company based on the criteria that I gave it, based on the checklist that I gave it, right? And based on my philosophy and core strategy. Here's what it says. Based only on the NVIDIA quarterly filing you provided, it gives me a full business overview, what they do, how they earn their money, and it tells me about understanding the business, the tests, right? And then the second thing it gives me is the revenue and earnings trends that's happening right now with the company. And then it also goes through and tells me how's the balance sheet health of the company, because that's what I asked in the prompt, right? And it tells me, it says the balance sheet is exceptionally strong. Cash and investments goes through debt. And then it says, hey, inventory growth should be monitored. And then it also talks about free cash flow, because remember, back on my checklist, free cash flow is something that I wanted to look at. And it's a part of what I asked it to check in the prompt. And then it goes through the competitive advantage or the moat that NVIDIA has. It goes through its major moats, scale advantage. It goes through some AI infrastructure dominance, and it looks at its management. Remember, I want to know about the management. It talks about that as well. And then it also gives me risk. Whenever we deal with money and investing, I want to know the risk that's taking place. And it also says, hey, your philosophy alignment. Does NVIDIA line up with my philosophy? So this, guys, is a game changer, because it's giving you all of this information in a matter of seconds. And honestly, guys, when you start doing this on a regular basis, it'll take you 5 minutes to put all that stuff into ChatGPT or Claude or whatever, Perplexity AI, whatever you're going to use. It doesn't take long at all, but that's a whole afternoon's worth of work and calculations that you'd have to do otherwise. Bam, just like that. It spit out a comprehensive report that now we can use to determine if this is a company that we want to invest in based on me. Not based on Smart Money Bro or your favorite YouTuber. Not at all. Now, that was just a single stock. I could do the exact same thing with an ETF or an index fund using a different prompt, right? When you get your free checklist and prompt in the description box below, it's going to include a prompt and a checklist to do this exact same thing with stocks and also with ETF and index funds as well. Now, let me say this. This does not replace your thinking. you should still be reading, be researching, be learning, be following a company and reading articles and understanding what you own if you own single stocks or ETFs or index funds. But AI is simply dramatically speeding up the research process for you. Now, let me also say this because this is very, very important. When you're doing this for an ETF or an index fund, they don't have 10 Qs and 10 Ks because they're a bucket full of stocks, right? So instead, you just need to upload things like a copy and paste of the holdings that are in the bucket, maybe a copy and a paste of any fact sheets that you can find on that ETF or index fund, or any fund information, along with your strategy, your checklist, and the prompt that I'm going to give you as well. And then AI will do the exact same thing that we did right here in this example for NVIDIA for that ETF or index fund. I really believe, guys, that AI is going to completely change the way that regular investors research investments moving forward. Not because AI is going to magically pick the hot stocks and the best stock picks for you, but because regular people can now analyze massive amounts of regular public information faster than ever before. And really, guys, that levels the playing field in a very big way. And let me say this for you guys. One thing that you need to remember, okay, I want to give this disclosure and disclaimer out. The thing you need to remember about using these AI tools is that AI companies generally don't sell your prompts and the personal information that you put in there for marketing, but they may, here's what you got to know, they may store that information and store your prompts that you type in them to train future models. That's according to a couple of different reports from Fast Company and also from LinkedIn and others, right? But as of the making of this video, you must manually adjust default settings in Claude or in ChatGPT or in Gemini to opt out of having your data used for training. Now, if you're watching this a year or 2 years down the road, things may change. But for right now, you need to know that. Just something for all of us to be aware of when we're using these AI tools in terms of helping us invest. Look, I hope this helped you out in some way. If this video provided some value for you, let me know in the comments below. Also, let me know if you began using AI to help you invest and research stocks and bonds and index funds and ETFs already, right? And don't forget to get your free copy in the description box and the first link below. Hey, the best person who's going to take care of that old you is the young you. Until the next video, peace.